I have 5 lights in here, and sometimes I just throw things in chat. But because I have different types of cameras, um, I use them very specifically for different things to create different things because the setting will not really be the same depending on the angle, where it's at, like all these different things. But I do control it on my phone, so I can sit here while I'm looking at it to create the vibe that I want. And so I use different colored lighting in the back so I can switch it depending, like today's the green room. I'm like, let's switch it to, you guys saw in the beginning, I just went on my phone and I just changed it real quick. But I will say that when you're editing, it's important to, when you're also with different lighting, different cameras, you want the most similar settings as you can to, because you create a lot of work in editing if you want it to match, or you just make it so drastically different that that's the style. Because really it's a style. But if you want to get into like the technical stuff, I don't really get into that. I'm not a lighting expert, but you can do it easily with colors, with the brightness. Once you get into Kelvin, I think, and I have set that specifically for specific cameras or how they receive it, but not the lighting itself, because I feel like that is a mood creator. And so whatever's flattering for you that you're working on, that's what you're using to create that energy and vibe and feeling. And what I found is when I was doing the blue lights, it created a lot of havoc for me in editing. There's a lot of flickering
Mm,
and stuff, so blue wasn't a great
mm,
one. And depending on your
mm,
skin tone and your furniture and even the clothes you're wearing, you want to kind of like, that's why I like to be able to sit here and adjust it, because if I'm running back
mm,
adjusting, sitting here looking at it, it's gonna take me forever. But if you can adjust it, it's gonna make a big difference to find what feels good and looks good. I talk about this in one of my, I did a lighting thing in one of my days in my course. You can use natural lighting, but you can also, if you want to keep it simple, the ring lights, you can actually do just the single light. So it's not mimicking the sun, but it can, I use that for a long time. And I use that for a lot of auditions because it's just, it shows your face. It's very flattering and it gets rid of any shadows. So if you want, so glamour shots are really good with that because you don't want shadow. You want to be able to see everything. And then if you use the secondary sunlight, then you create the shadow, which is a different kind of feel or vibe. As long as people can see you clearly, I think that's the most important. Versus
yeah.
like, sometimes the shadow, if you're wearing a hat and the light's coming from there, you can't see their eyes, it's very dark, then that becomes, not as flattering. You don't want to create the wrong shadows because sometimes you can get the shadows in the wrong place and it just creates like your eyes look really long and,